Hello, welcome back, welcome to the channel. How you all doing? In one of my videos before I mentioned doing a taste test with the Jupiler. I believe that's how you pronounce Jupiler. It's Jupiter but with a L-E-R on the end, Jupiler. I took two to a party at the weekend. Jupiler's a Belgian beer on the Beer Hawk website. Really nice drop of Belgian beer. Let's grab the empty keg. I was going to do a taste test but I didn't take the camera with me, it's too busy, and suffice to say that beer was nice. It went down really well. We took 2 kegs with us. A couple of us chipped in. 2 kegs, what's that, 20 pints. And yeah, it was empty by the end of the night. Downside is, couldn't really get a decent head on it. The head was a little bit too large. I put the kegs in the beer fridge before I went overnight and they wasn't quite chilled enough. And the poor old Perfect Draft machine couldn't quite get it down to 3 degrees, which was the optimum temperature really to get a nice beer with minimal weight. It went down pretty quick. I had a bit of a large head. People were quite impressed with the old machine. The head went down pretty quick. And you just thought I had to do a bit of juggling, pour one in the other. What it was, I put the machine outside in the sun. So it struggled to get it down. If I left it overnight, it would have been down to 3 degrees. But I think it sat around about the 8 to 11 degrees. So it wasn't perfect, but it was a nice drop of beer. A bit heady, as I say, but it went down lovely. I'll grab the empty keg. Let's just see what percentage it was. There's a beer we took, Jupiler. 2 of them, 6 litre kegs from the Perfect Draft, from the for the Perfect Draft machine, from the Beer Hawk website. 5.2%, lovely drop. So next one to go in, I've got an unfiltered Stella, or Stella unfiltered, however you want to mention it. I've got a Stella unfiltered to go in, but the next one I'm going to put the Corona in. I think I've done a Stella unfiltered already. That went down lovely. That's a nice beer, Belgian beer. We'll move the camera in a little bit, get a close up, and I'll take this beer out, empty keg in there, the other Jupiler, and put the Corona in it. Not sure I'll have a little drop of Corona yet. I'll see what the temperature comes out at on the machine. I was going to come sort of go, you know, a cup of tea and a slice of cake and then come back and have a beer, but we'll see what temperature comes up at. If it's a nice temperature, I might get away and have a little sneaky one. If not, we'll do that another time later on tonight or something. So let's bring the camera out, let's unload this one, put a new one in. So get this one out of the way. Right, first things first, open your doors. That door there. That door there, like so. Lift up your blue levers. And out she pops. Nice and empty. That's in there like that. Press the blue button down. That pops up. That's why I love these so much, because you've got a new beer line every time. So that's your beer line gone. Keep them spare if you want to clean them out. Okay. Press the 2 buttons and that pulls off. So you press these 2 buttons in the side. That pulls off. Little magnet there. You can buy these medallions. They're magnetic, so that's the other Jupiler that was at the party with us. That's empty now. Let's get the other beer in. To my fridge in the bar. A nice cold. Ah, cool, that's heavy. Not plugged in yet. Take that off. Take this off. I can get the thing, rip that off. That comes off like so. Under your packet it says open here. Open here, open her up, like so. Nice fresh clean beer line. Now, put this on first. I'll put that on after. Is that right? Yeah. That clicks on nice. It goes down solid like so. Like that. Beer line through the hole. Tucks in like so. Nice new beer line. Pressed. That's in. Now she's ready to rock and roll. Let's get that connected. That is your Corona on the chilled plate, and that just slides to the back there like so. Pull your levers down, Shut your door up. Right, let's go and plug that in. Plug it in. So it's not registering yet, so it's got 30 days to go, 18 degrees at the moment. There's nothing in there yet. That will register in a minute. It's dropping down, temperature's dropping down. Right, let's full up, it's a full keg. Not that accurate these apparently. Nah, that's dropping down in temperature. It says it's at 16, 17, 16, 15. It'll slowly drop down. It might sit about 11 at the moment until I leave that for a couple of hours. The plan is now to sit and let this machine chill the beer down further. That can be thrown away. They can be thrown away, but you might as well keep them spare, wash them up. That can be thrown away. There's what they call the medallions. Bit of a novelty really, but you can get magnets for the top. So I'll keep them up there. I've got one for a little Father's Day present there. So that's chilling down now. What's that temperature reading now? That's down to 13 degrees. It might not be reading that temperature properly yet. This needs a little bit of a wash down. Give that a wash. Shall I have a sneaky one? Now, because it's not down to temperature, that will come out a bit heady. Shall I stop the camera? Right. Okay, I'm going to stop the camera here for a little while, go indoors, have a little cup of tea, and I'm going to pop back in an hour's time, I think. Have a cold one. We'll see what temperature that's at. We'll leave that like that. Want it down a bit more than that, really, don't we? What's that now? 13. So, let that shut it down, let it do its thing, let it do its little bit of magic, and have a tidy up. And then I'll pop back, pour myself a sneaky one. I mean, if you leave these overnight, that's 3 degrees. It's a lovely, lovely temperature for the lagers. But I've got the door shut. It's a summer's evening, and I'm tempted to have a sneaky one. What's the temperature now? 13. Right, I'm gonna have to wait, I'm afraid. Go and watch a bit more Wimbledon, and we'll pop back later. I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm back. Had a bit of food, cup of tea, slice of cake. I've not looked at the temperature, I promise. So let's have a little peek at the temperature. See what we've got. I've left it for about 3 or 4 hours now. I'm hoping it's chilled down a little bit. So I'll have a little peek. 7 degrees. That will do. 7 degrees. Tomorrow that'll be down at 3 nicely. Or later on tonight that'll be down at 3 degrees nicely. 7 degrees will do Johnny Boy. So I'm going to grab a little glass. I'm looking forward to this. This is a Corona. Little Father's Day present for my lovely daughter. Thank you, Jem. Right, what glass should we get? Do they do a Corona glass? Don't really do they? I'm going to go with the Malden, Mighty Oak Brewery, Malden, Essex. I normally get my beer in the bags from those guys. If you're in Essex, that's the top brewery in Malden, Mighty Oak, Malden. If you watch my other videos, I think one of the brewers is left now actually, but he's been on the channel for a little video, interview and chat. They do beer in the bag and beers and deliveries. They deliver in Essex. Actually, they deliver further afield, but I'm going to use that glass. But I'm sure I won't mind a Corona going inside that glass. Let's see what we've got to show. I'm expecting a little bit of a head, because especially on the first pour. Let's have a little go. Right, exciting times, people. I'm expecting a little bit ahead on this first pour, so I'm going to pour a little bit out, trying to mellow it down. Apparently, you just whack the tap straight down like that. All right. Actually, it's settling down pretty quick. A lot lighter than the beer we had the other day. I'm going to have a little swig of this. Let's go for it, shall we? I think I'll stop that just in time. As I say, normally when the temperature's, it's a first pour, but when the temperature's a little bit lower than that, 3 degrees, you get a better beer. That's not a bad beer, actually. Nothing wrong with a bit ahead on your beer, is there? I mean, you wouldn't want that in a pub. You'd be moaning, wouldn't you? But you'd be paying a little bit more for it. Right, so that's the pint that's just come out of the keg. Brand new keg. That's not too bad, look. Tell you what, let me top that up a little bit. I mean, that head's gone down pretty quick. That's not bad for... I've just had a little mouthful. I think I prefer the Jupiler. A little bit stronger Jupiler. This is... let me just stretch over and have a little top up. Let that settle down. So that's alright. It's not too bad. Yeah, that's Corona. That's a nice drop of beer. I mean, look at that. Straight out of the machine. That's a nice looking beer. I could probably top that up a little bit more, but I'm pleased with that. Let's have a little mouthful. Cool, refreshing Corona lager out of the perfect draft machine. Warm summer's evening in the UK. It's going down very nicely, thank you very much. Thank you for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. If you subscribe, it helps out more than you think. It alters the algorithms, etc. It gets you more views, which always helps. It makes it worthwhile. It makes you feel like you're doing good. That Corona. That's not a bad drop. It just proves to me, like I say yesterday, this come up, the temperature was up about 11, 12, 9 to 12 degrees. It's dropped down, well, about 11 I think it was, because I put the machine outside and didn't have a chance to cool it down properly. If it had been left for long, it would have been a lot better. So the beer, and the Belgian beer I think was a bit headier anyway. Corona, if anything, it's a little bit flattish, but let's have a little. Oh no, it's got a few bubbles there, look. Not bad. I think I prefer the Jupiler to that Corona actually. That'll go down well though. It's nice. That is Corona without a doubt. That is proper. Okay, I'm still happy with this old machine. The only thing I will say is I think I was watching one of my old videos further back, and I think there's the U-Flow Keg I had, and I was watching myself pour a pint out of the U-Flow Keg. It was a lovely pint. Differences with the U-Flow Keg or any types of keg, Kegland kegs or those type of keg setups is you've got the gas separate, so you can control the amount of gas you put into the keg. Whereas these obviously kegs are pre-gassed, so you're in the laps of the company that have filled them up, I suppose. And you're literally just pouring it out, aren't you, out the pump. With the kegs, the U-Flow setup, you can adjust the gas yourself and carbonation on your home brews and stuff like that, I suppose. Whereas this, you pull the lever and it's done. So this is an easier setup, but I think you can control the head more on a keg setup. So horses for courses. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe. Please like the video. Thank you very much. If you do subscribe, you get to hear about the latest videos coming out, and I'll keep doing a couple of weeks if I can. Next beer will be, I think, we'll be back on the Stella Unfiltered, and then I'm gonna try something different. I think I'll have a look in the on Beer Hawk website, see what offers they've got. As a side note, I did read somewhere that you can buy these kegs in supermarkets. I've not seen them yet, and I'm not sure if you can return them to supermarkets. I mean, at the moment, I've only just bought this machine recently, and I've started using the Beer Hawk website to buy the kegs. So if you can buy them other places, let me know. My daughter bought a Corona, which I've got in here now, from Amazon. I'm not sure if you can return those ones or not, so if you know more than me, let me know, please, in the comments below. I've got a couple of kegs built up that I've got a return already from Beer Hawk. If you can buy them from other places, supermarkets, etc., please leave a comment below, give me a heads up on that. And finally, one of my subscribers mentioned each bar is 1.5 litres apparently, and apparently the last bar doesn't go completely, so when you're on the last bar you are virtually out of beer. So, and he also said it might go by weight, he wasn't 100% sure, but that's handy to know. So thank you to the person that mentioned that. Yeah, so 1.5 litres per bar, I do believe. The last one never ever disappears, which is a bit strange. So anyway, that's not a bad drop. It's a bit flatter than the other beer. The Jupiler, yes, it was a bit livelier than this, but thank you for watching. Until next time, thank you. Bye bye.